So April 30th, 2010, I was released from prison and sent to Einstein Hospital to put my skull back on. And the Dr. Winters,
So how long was it from when you got shot to when you were sent to go get your skull?
about 8 months.
8 months?
Yes. So for a whole 8 months, like you know how a balloon, you touch a balloon and you can just basically push it down. Whole 8 months, I can scratch my brain, like literally feel my brain.
This is a Buzzworthy exclusive interview. You are now back live, Season 2, The Buzzklub. I'm your host, Bintu and I'm here with Maurice Young. This interview is very important to me and very special because this man right here, this young man, has such a phenomenal story to tell. He brought over his new book, Shot Twice in the Head but Far From Dead, The Story of a Juvenile Delinquent. Maurice, I'm going to read a little bit in the back. Do you mind? Okay. In Shot Twice in the Head but Far From Dead, join me on the journey of my true story in this book. You will read the life story of a juvenile delinquent. Stuck in his ways, he lives reckless and does whatever it takes to live the life of a career criminal. He steals, robs, lies without blinking an eye, and cheats his way through life, all while selling and abusing drugs. Wow. Maurice.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your story? Your journey here?
Basically, the book starts around the age of 5, approximately like where all the corruptness and delinquency began. So I don't go into detail about exactly what I did. I just tell what I did instead of saying how I did it. So I won't give anybody any type of ideas on what I or how to do certain things. Okay.
So I mean that's really important because like we watch a lot of shows like Snapped and just a lot of different murder shows. First 48, and people kind of like from watching these shows, they think that they can create they can really create the perfect crime.
Yes.
You know, and if you give too much away, you don't want any younger individuals to try to imitate that type of behavior. Yes. So tell us a little more about the book.
Well, basically, it's just me. I don't do a lot of preaching in it because I felt as though that in order to properly get my story across, I don't want to preach and just keep saying don't do this, don't do that. I basically just told my story out, plain and flat, uncut, and it's very explicit. So anybody that's reading, I warn you, like it's a lot of.
It's very explicit.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I see that you have a different titles of the different chapters, and smoking weed and getting money. What was that like?
Well, basically, it was me. Smoking marijuana and PCP, popping pills every day.
Every day.
And
so, like, are you currently sober now?
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, since the day I got shot. I was shot 9/18/09, and I've been sober ever since, and this feels great.
Wow. Yeah. So, like, what was that? Did you feel out of control when you were taking those drugs?
Actually, I felt as though I was 100% in control because I loved everything I was doing. So I would get high with my friends and the girlfriends or whatever, and then we would just like conjure up a plan to get some type of plan or scheme to get money, and then we'll carry it out.
So were there some individuals in your life that tried to stop you from that type of lifestyle?
It was plenty of individuals. Like
what would they say?
My uncle would say like, this is not the life. I've done this. Your father's done this, and I'm here to tell you it's not gonna get you anywhere. But me, I was just stuck in my ways. Like I enjoyed the high. I enjoyed being able to go outside and just do what I want.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it was gonna be a consequence behind it.
Yeah.
So.
Can you take us back to the day that you got shot?
Sure.
You just kind of like walk through with us, like what happened.
Okay.
Did you wake up like it was a normal day for you, right?
It was a normal day from the beginning, yeah. And then I went about my day, got high, popped about 8 or 10 Zanies, came back to the neighborhood I was living in, and somebody he wanted to rob me. And in short, like more or less, he did rob me, but that wasn't the whole plot to try to do. It was more behind it. So we had a conversation, and then I wound up getting shot twice in my head. And actually, both bullets grazed my right eye.
Wow. Yes. Did they think that you were going to survive?
No, not at all. When they brought me to the hospital, I woke. The first words I heard was, "Raise your left hand and put your middle finger up." So I'm thinking like, I don't even know where I'm at. So I just do it. And they said, then Dr. Mark J. Katap, he said, Maurice, you were shot twice in your head. I had to remove the side of your skull, the right side of your skull, being as though that the bullets will inflame your brain to the point where if we leave the skull there, then you will get massive brain damage and we won't be able to come back from that. And about weeks later, they put a shunt in my head that was supposed to drain the spinal fluid because the first bullet is in my temporal lobe, and then the second bullet is in my occipital lobe. That controls like thoughts and memory, and like how you I'm trying to think, what is it? Basically how you do stuff, like how you carry things out. And the occipital is the vision. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sorry.
No, so like when you say how you do things, like simple everyday things that you kind of know, like you don't really think about every second. You already know, like you know how to tie your shoelace. Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah. Okay. Because I took brain and behavior. I was a psychology major at Howard University. Mm-hmm. So, and then when he took that part out.
So he took it out and it was out for about 8 months. He put a shunt in me, and when he did, they failed to realize there was so much fluid built up. He tried to drain the shunt. He tried to drain the fluid extra fast when you're supposed to do it slow. So the tube got clogged. I caught meningitis. I went into a coma, and I went from 250 pounds to 85 pounds. And I woke up in prison.
No.
Yes. I left the part out. I apologize. See, the second day I was in the hospital, the police officers came up and arrested me. So they said I robbed somebody the day I got shot. So I had no memory of it because, like I said, I was on Zanies and alcohol. So I had no memory of it. And the memory didn't come back to me until after a while I started having dreams about that day. Then that's when it all came back to me.
So did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you end up being released from prison?
Well, see, my mom, what she did was she continued to contact the hospital saying, when are you going to put my son's scar back on? When are you going to do it? Contact the lieutenant of the prison and the warden of the prison saying, my son needs to get out of there. He's a brain patient. He has 2 bullets in his head. That's not a sanitary place for a brain patient to be at. So when can we get him out? And the warden agreed to put me out on bail, release on sign on bail when the hospital agreed to put my skull on. And then, like, they lost my skull. Because originally, when they take your skull out, they normally put it in your stomach. And they'll take it back out of your stomach when they're ready to put it back on. So they put mine in the freezer, and somehow it got lost. And then, you know,
your skull?
My skull, yeah, my skull. They wherever they put it at, they misplaced it. And then my mom threatened them. It was like, this is absurd. This is not unprofessional. We would seek out legal. We wound up suing you. Then miraculously, they just found my skull. And then, so April 30th, 2010, I was released from prison and sent to Einstein Hospital to put my skull back on. And the Dr. Winters,
So how long was it from when you got shot to when you were sent to go get your skull?
About 8 months.
8 months?
Yes. So for a whole 8 months, like, you know how a balloon, you touch a balloon and you can just basically push it down. Whole 8 months, I can scratch my brain, like literally feel my brain.
Did that freak you out?
A lot. Sometimes when I would scratch, I would hit a nerve and I would actually like get an instant headache. Yeah.
You did a lot of thinking during that time.
Most definitely. I thought about the things I've done to get me at this point, what I would do when upon release.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes some people go through things and they may get locked up, or whatever, and they still go back to their lifestyle. Yeah. What kept you from really going back to
my son? Yes. In short, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the angel. I'm an angel. No, it's not at all. Because when I got out, I was on Facebook. You know, I felt like not a champion, but like 50 Cent. You know, when he got shot.
And also like Kanye West when he said, you know, through the wire. Yeah, you know, yeah. he made it through, and it was that ego boost a little bit. Like, exactly. Yeah, I made it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm on Facebook. I'm putting my status as like 50 Cent lyrics, like, you know, many men was death upon me and everything like that. And I'm just boasting and bragging about being shot twice in the head. And
so you still didn't kind of get it at that point.
No, it wasn't that point. I didn't get it. So this went on until my mother and my brother found out. They said, "Oh, so you on Facebook acting a fool like you was when you was out there back doing your thing?" So then I admitted to it. I had to admit to it because it was online. And they said, "Look, if you don't get your stuff right, you know, it's gonna be either family or you get your stuff right." So I decided to get my stuff right, and I just cut everything out. And that's when I decided to write my book.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I am very proud of you. You are a survivor. You definitely should, feel a sense of empowerment through the struggle that you went through.
Exactly.
But, staying humble is definitely important because just like you were there before, you could go there again.
Exactly.
I wouldn't even have the pleasure of sitting here next to you. What if you hadn't made it through? You know what I mean?
I understand. But it's all through the power of Jehovah, Almighty God Jehovah. Like, I was praying every day, like more than once a day. I lost count how many times I prayed. I would pray all the time, saying Jehovah, I vow to never rob, steal, or get high again. If you could just please get me out of this prison and get me back to the body that I used to have physically, but not mental.
Mentally,
yeah.
you're not.
Yeah.
You will never go back to how it was before. Have you lost a lot of memories?
I haven't lost a lot of memories. So what it is, I have short-term memory. Like the gentleman that set up the camera, I forgot. I don't even remember his name. Like he told me that 5 minutes ago. You see what I'm saying? I remember things from 5 till now. So like short-term memory, like it's very vague. I had to write things down. That's why it took me so long to write the book. I had to go back and say, all right, I wrote this. Okay, I didn't write that. And then it was very...
How long did it take you? How long did it take you to write Shot Twice in the Head Before From Dead?
About 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
I don't think that's that bad because I feel like you took your time, and you did it right.
Well, somewhat, because the punctuation is not there. I wasn't in my right mind completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It lacks a lot of punctuation.
Yeah. Well, you wrote a book.
Yeah, exactly.
You survived something very traumatic. And you're here to tell the story. Why did you choose to come and tell your story?
I feel as though, my mission is to be able to at least save as many lives or prevent anybody from giving insight to stop people from going down that path I chose. Mm-hmm. Without preaching to them. Let them see, okay, when somebody that's doing what I was doing, read the book, but I did that. Oh yeah, that's nothing. I did that too. And then we get to the end of, so that's what this is gonna get me. Let me get right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And because there are a lot of young people today in the streets.
Yes.
And if you could give them any advice right now, what would it be?
Basically, stay in school and stay off drugs. Because that was my downfall.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Weed is a favorite drug of our generation.
It's a favorite, and what they think it's not going. You know how people say weed is the gateway drug, and everybody just on it says, "Oh no, it's not," but it is. Because I started out with marijuana, and then I stepped up to Xanax, and then PCP, and then that's where it stopped. So. It's definitely the gateway drug.
What made you want to try other drugs?
I never had my own identity. I was always some type of a follower. So my friends was doing Xanax. I said, well, what's that? And then they would say, oh, well, you pop this. Pop one it's like smoking 4 or 5 cigars of marijuana. So I was, okay, let me try it. And that was basically a follower. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get my own identity until this happened. So this basically saved my life. It almost took my life, but it saved my life.
Mm-hmm. Were you seeing anyone during that time when you got hurt? How did they handle?
Well, I wasn't with my son's mother, but we were talking. It was just like, I'm gonna have to raise she thought she was going to raise my son alone, and everybody wrote me off because I was 85 pounds, couldn't move. My whole left side was paralyzed, left leg contracted, like a chicken wing. You can't bend. You got to break it to bend it straight. Everybody thought they wrote me off. They said he's not going to make it. Get ready to raise your son on your own.
Really?
I'm not sure if that's what they said.
But you kind of felt that vibe,
yes.
But who believes in your recovery the most?
My mom and my brother.
Mm-hmm. Cause I met your mom. I was getting my makeup done at Coco Nails in Manayunk, and it's a wonderful place, by the way. And your mom, she had such a good spirit and a good aura around her, and I could just tell that was your ride or die. You know what I mean?
You don't even know.
I know, I could tell. Yeah. And the way she said, my son, my son said, we go everywhere together. And I said, who is your son? What's up with your son? And I found out what was up with you. And, thank you so much for coming down here.
For being able to help me and give me this opportunity.
No problem. And please, tell us, how can we purchase this book?
Well, you can go on BarnesNoble.com, Amazon.com, Xlibris.com, which is spelled with XLIBRIS, and basically any online bookstore in order.
And how much does a copy usually run?
Softbound is $15, ebook is $2.99, and a hardback is $24.99.
Okay, guys, support Maurice. Maurice, he's phenomenal, you know, and you are officially on the Buzzklub, you know. You know, you're welcome here anytime.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
And also, you can follow me on Twitter at New Purpose Young. Everything is New Purpose. Facebook.com/New Purpose Young. That's the book's official site. It has surgery pictures from my surgeries, pictures of me fresh out of the coma. Basically, just exclusive pictures that you won't see anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. And you can follow us at the Buzzklub, club with a K, all right? And like our Facebook page, you know, www.facebook.com/the Buzzklub. You have officially been buzzed.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm your host, Honey B, and welcome back to season 2 of the Buzzklub. During season 1, we did the Beehive with men, black men, what they think. So I decided to do one with females, and I just asked some of my great friends to come on the show, and we're talking about all things fabulous, crazy, and cool and fun. So sit back, relax, and listen up, because you're going to get some pointers, especially you fellas. So how do you guys feel about your men having female friends?
Well, he has a girlfriend.
They're sisters.
It depends on the girl, because some girls want to me and they play that friend part real well.
That's why you watch the bitches. Don't trust none of them.
You can watch them as much as you want, but they will get in.
Listen, Jess has female friends, and I trust my husband.
Yeah,
I don't trust those women.
Girl.
So I always keep, you know, both eyes on them because I monitor the way they, you know, their interaction with him.
Yes.
Is it flirty?
Yes.
Are you got inside jokes? We all got them. Then tell me, I want to laugh too. You don't have to do that.
When me and Paul first became together or whatever, he had so many female friends. I said, boy, it's not gonna work.
You get to weed them out.
I'm telling you this now. He has a couple. He has his best friends with females. I mean, he has, you know, females that he works with, he's got close with. But no, that's my friend. Oh, that's
It's not too many.
Right.
How you know your friends?
It gotta be a certain, and it gotta be people like I need to know legitimately how y'all are.
Then how did y'all meet? How long have you been
How did you meet?
Because you could be like, hey, you know, fuck her, and now y'all friends?
No.
I do think that you could have had sex with somebody and be friends with them. Because I'm sure there's people that try to have sex.
Yeah, but it depends on what kind of friend. Y'all can't be text messages.
You gotta be open about that.
I mean a friend like she can get an invite to the Christmas party at our house, like
Not a friend like
y'all texting and
I
talking.
wouldn't tell them if I had sex with somebody.
Yeah,
I wouldn't either.
Because if I know we
that's
really
we're
nothing there.
But that's because we're female.
He's gonna make situations where you know what it is.
Well, you said you can't tell your mate. But see, if the guy likes you, he'll tell him that there's no.
Was they talking?
Nothing is me and well, you know, me and you together for years. Right. But it's like we're still friends, like you and Paul, like you said, y'all was still be friends. So you know, well, we're not friends anymore because they're together. They don't have to cut them off, but honestly, like Danny is not that type of person that's, you know, all right, I'm gonna get back in or whatever the case may be. So I had some electrical work I needed done at my house, and Danny would have did it. No, I know, you know, very singing, I brought him over, I showed him everything that needed to be done. And no, I didn't bring Danny over. I brought Barry over.
You and Danny was in the house by yourself. I'm gonna let this
My ears out.
First of all, Lev was like, and then I'm like, well, what about Danny? You know, Danny does all this. He does an extra to me for it or nothing. And he's like, no. I'm like, well, I don't have to pay that much. Like, I wouldn't have to hardly pay Danny anything. You can meet Danny, you can talk and everything.
You would have been like, how do you even? Why do you even still have Danny number?
That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. Because I honestly don't see anything.
But when you get married,
you
get married, it's kind of like this. If your husband or your wife has an issue with somebody in your life, then then it just comes down to who's more important. And it comes between your husband or your wife is more important. So if they're telling you for whatever their reasonings are, and sometimes you might not even understand their reasoning, but you have to respect it. So if they say to you, I don't want you talking to your ex-boyfriend or even y'all friends, y'all been friends for 10 years or y'all dated in middle school, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You end up having to respect that because you want to have that same respect.
No, because
if you say to him,
They trust you.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
we're talking about men, and they don't trust us.
But no, because I have good male friends from college that I've never slept with, that are like my brothers. And if I get married, I'm sorry, he's going to have to meet them.
I'm sorry.
And that's different. He shouldn't. And in that case, he shouldn't be like that. He shouldn't be saying to you. I'm talking about. Like Jason.
Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.